Good morning. Welcome to the 2026 NCWIT Summit here in beautiful Boulder, Colorado. I'm Terry Hogan, Executive Director and CEO at NCWIT. To those of you who have been a part of this community for many years, welcome back. And for those of you joining us for the first time, especially those who may not yet know the work of NCWIT, we are truly glad you're here. NCWIT is a community of nearly 1,500 member organizations spanning K-12, higher education, industry, and nonprofits around the country. For more than 2 decades, we've gathered around a simple but powerful idea that talent is universal, but opportunity is not. And since technology is shaping the future of humanity, then humanity, all of humanity, needs a voice in creating it. That belief is at the center of everything we do, but today it carries a different type of urgency because technology is now automating tasks that once required deep expertise. Machines are generating content, writing code, analyzing patterns, and increasingly participating in decisions that affect everyday life. And as more of that gets automated, the human dimension of technology becomes more important, not less. We don't need fewer computer scientists, which is what enrollment data show us is happening. We need more people who think critically and who can architect our future carefully. This is something I find myself thinking about a lot these days, the power of humanity and community, and the importance of not abdicating these powers to machines that have an ever-increasing level of influence. I'd like to share 2 stories that embody that for me. First, a story about human connection. In 1969, a Senate subcommittee was about to cut funding for public television. When it happened that year, unlike 2025, Fred Rogers sat down and started talking about kids and emotions and what it means to feel heard and understood. No data, no slide decks, just one man speaking openly and honestly. The chairman at the time, Senator Pastore, who was known for his impatience, stopped him mid-testimony and said, "I think that's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen," and funding was approved. 6 years later, a story about the power of community unfolded when a group of hobbyists started meeting in a garage in Menlo Park. The Homebrew Computer Club was just a group of people showing up on their own time to geek out together. Steve Wozniak was one of them. He'd bring in his sketches, the group would get excited, and that energy shaped what he was building. He gave his early designs away for free because that was the spirit of the room. That garage and those conversations led to the creation of the personal computer. CU has a connection to that story as well. When I was studying computer science here at CU, there was a scholarship funded by Steve Wozniak, who, by the way, was a CU alum, if you didn't know that. His generosity, which started with freely sharing his work in that garage, shaped student lives in a very direct way. That spirit of giving, of investing in other people, ran all the way through him. What strikes me about this particular story is that the technology we now use to avoid being in the same room together was invented by people who kept showing up to the same room together. Some of the most powerful moments in history weren't driven by data or systems. They were driven by people being fully present with one another. That's what makes community possible, and it's what no algorithm can replicate. Community creates spaces where people feel seen and heard. It gives us the courage to ask hard questions and the support to keep going when the work is difficult. It helps us challenge assumptions and imagine futures we couldn't create alone. It's how a scholarship changes the direction of someone's life. It's how a quiet conversation in a Senate hearing room saves public television. It's how a garage full of curious people changes the world. Over the next 2 days, you'll see that spirit reflected throughout the summit. You'll hear from a Pioneer in Tech award winner whose career spans more than 200 patents, 200 inventions born from imagination and human creativity. You'll meet Aspirations in Computing collegiate award winners who who are already expanding what innovation can look like. And you'll hear from an AI ethicist whose work is a powerful reminder that technological advancement without human consideration is simply incomplete. That human thread is what ties this entire summit together. Because widening participation isn't just about fairness, although fairness matters deeply. It's about wisdom. It's about ensuring the technologies shaping our future are informed by the broadest possible range of human experiences, perspectives, and values. Across this room are educators changing trajectories for students, researchers expanding what we know, industry leaders building more thoughtful teams and systems, students stepping into leadership, and partners investing in long-term change. I appreciate each and every one of you and all that you're doing. As we begin this summit, I invite you to do what Woz did in that garage and what Fred Rogers did in that room. Show up fully, share generously, and trust that this act, in and of itself, will make something possible that none of us could create alone. Welcome to the summit. Let's build some community experiences together.